Lazarus died in his poverty and sickness. I'm imagining if it is a modern day prosperity preacher that tells this story. See the way they will tell the story. There was a rich man who feasted sumptuously. Then there was a poor man, Lazarus. He had sauce. He will come to the rich man's gate. The rich man will not see him. Nothing. So one day, Lazarus got tired. And then he went and cried in the church. He went for crusade and he prayed. Then he went and sold one of his father's land and sowed seed in the church or did something. Then he entered into business and God blessed him. He won so many contracts. Then after a few years, he saw one man as he was entering his jeep to drive out. One man was at the gate begging. And he looked at the man. He recognized it was that rich man. He said, what are you doing here? He said, hunger wants to finish meal and eat food. He said, are you not that rich man that I used to come to your house to beg for food? And the rich man said, oh, you know me? I said, yes, I know you. He said, who are you? He said, I'm Lazarus. Oh, I can't recognize you again. He said, yes, the favor of God has changed me. And the rich man will say, oh, I'm sorry. And then Lazarus will ask him, so what happened to you? And the rich man will say, well, I continue partying and all of that. Before I know it, all my money finished. And Lazarus will say, hey, yeah, sorry. God has changed my situation. Anyway, even though he did not help me as a Christian, I am going to help you. Lazarus will remove some thousands of naira and then give him and say, go in peace. And the pastor will say, this is how your story will be. God will change your story. All those who saw you beg, they will come and beg from you. He will change your story because so when a man to worry, you will not be a Lazarus again. Your story is going to change. Tell me this second story and the first one, which one is sweeter? Which one will you prefer to hear if not this second one? That's why many men of God don't know what to preach when it comes to this. My point here is not that God cannot change situation. It's not like I don't even pray that God changes situation. Romans 8:28 says, for those who love God, all things will turn around. One for their good. 1:12, it says, he lifts the poor from the ash heap, placing the common. God can change it's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is what ministers are shy of speaking. And that is the emphasis on heaven or eternity as a motive and as a motivation for our faith. They fail to tell you that there are some ills, there are some problems that will not be solved here on earth until you get to heaven. They reduce everything materially. There are some problems that will not be solved here on earth. Lazarus died a poor man. The rich man died a rich man, despite the fact that he was insensitive. There is a reduction, or if you want a total emphasis on heaven as a motive, so that people are given material incentive for coming to church. The reason why you are told to help the poor or pray or try to do everything is so that you will reap your blessing here. The heavenly motive for what we do is no longer there. That's why people are no longer, that immediacy, that urgency about heaven is no longer there. So everybody wants to gain their own reward here on earth. Matthew chapter 5. I think verse 10, it says, blessed are those who are persecuted for the cause of righteousness, for they shall inherit the kingdom. If you use material reward as the major motive or the ultimate motive for preaching the gospel, then what do you tell somebody like Leah Sharibu? The girl is probably dead. I have a classmate from Kaduna Archdiocese who was kidnapped more than 5 months ago. Till today we have not seen him. He's probably dead. What would you have told the apostles? With all the miracles they worked, all of them were slaughtered. What would you have told Matthew, an established custom officer, the richest man of those days, that left everything and followed Jesus? Did he become richer? So, two sides of the coin. There are some things that only in heaven will be settled. It's not every good thing you do here on earth that you receive the blessing immediately. There is also the heaven motive for the things you do. When they form that mentality as if it is the law of gravity, that whatever good you do here on earth, you must receive it here. then there is seriously going to be problem. Let's start with the two sides of the coin. Okay, so